What's going on, guys? Today I'll be showing you this clip of this Twitch streamer called the Showstopper. He's a DVD killer man and he plays on PS4. He's a Twitch streamer. But he explains why he believes Jason will be the next killer for chapter 16. And he has a lot of valid points. Everything, it all comes together and it all makes sense. So I want you guys to listen to this real quick.
One more game, one trapper game, and then we do it, or do y'all want to talk about it now? Alright, so check this out. Let's talk. Okay? Now, I need everyone to listen to me. You have to listen to me, and it'll make sense. If you're not open-eared listening to me, you're gonna be confused at the end. Follow me, okay? I promise you it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Okay. Let's first analyze something quick. They said it's going to be a classic, iconic killer. Let's also understand that this is their 4-year anniversary. Anniversaries are big. They like to do big things for their anniversary, not some small thing. Y'all remember a couple years ago for anniversary tournament, they had anniversary event, they had the tournaments where they gave $5,000 cash prizes across each platform for the winners. Y'all remember last year we got Ghostface, which was a big license. It's a big thing. This is why they go license for it. First thing, everyone likes talking about Candyman. We need to understand it's not Candyman. We know this. One, he's not a classic, iconic killer. The movie only came out in the States. It was one good movie. Everything went straight to VHS. It's not it. It's not Candyman. We also know it's not Candyman because Scott June, who knows who the killer is, revealed it's not Candyman. And we also know because of the tweet that the employee put out, like, oh, can't wait till the next anniversary. It's going to be so sweet. We know it. It's not Candyman. He wouldn't have been able to do that tweet if it was. Okay. Next popular person that people like to look at is Pennywise. If you guys don't understand how licensing goes, licensing is a tough thing, okay? People are very protective of their properties. Stephen King does not lend out his properties whimsical, especially someone like Pennywise. Look at this game. It's a killer. The killer can lose, whatever. He doesn't want to damage the mystique of Pennywise. It's not going to be Pennywise. It's not going to be Pennywise. I think it'd be cool. Also, they already have a clown. We know they have a clown. Pennywise is kind of like the entity himself. You understand? Like, he has like that entity. He is an entity. And for him to be in his game, he's working for the entity. He's a creep. Stephen King would not give that license out. He does not give his licenses out easily. That's why a lot of the television shows and things that's based off of his license, they're not able to touch certain things, or they have to do like spin-offs or whatever. It's not Pennywise. Another thing, it's not Slender Man. Slender Man is not a big enough thing. He's not classic, iconic. He's not Slender Man. And Slender Man, also the rights holder to it, they're not putting their killer in another game to compete with his own game. They want, if you want Slender Man, you got to go play his game. It's not Slender Man. It's also not the Xenomorph. I don't know if you guys realize how licensing works. Alien #1 is probably already licensed out for a video game, and it's a very expensive license to get. When you look at the games that, or the places where Alien's used, is big companies and big games like a Mortal Kombat or something. It's too expensive a license. They're not putting Alien in here. I don't think Alien would fit that much. And it's with Disney, and Disney's not letting out their properties that much. So, who does that leave? And I'm going to explain this. You have to listen to my explanation, okay? You have to listen to my explanation, and it's going to make sense. Classic, iconic killer, a big name, is someone who I doubted they would get. Listen to my reasoning, and you're all going to understand. I put it on Trapper for a reason, okay? I wasn't going to play Trapper. The next killer is going to be Jason Voorhees. I'm telling you, write it down, remember this. Now let me explain. Let me explain, and everyone's going to be like, oh shit, show is right. They're going to be like, oh shit, show is right. Okay. First, we know they want that license. They have everyone else. They want that license. They want it. They want Jason in this game. But there's a whole bunch of issues with Jason. Let's dissect these issues. And we're going to talk about the toughest issue last. The first issue is the legal battle. I don't know if you guys understand what the legal battle is. This is my understanding of what the legal battle is and where it comes from. There's two people or two competing entities who say they have the rights to Jason. One is a person who made the first movie and came up with the idea for the first movie. The second is the person or people who did the other stuff with Jason. And there's some overlap. The thing is, if you saw the first movie, you would kind of understand this. Jason is not technically in the movie. His mother's in the movie. Jason's mentioned, but he's not really in the movie. The boy who drowned, who became Jason, is in the movie at the end. So in order to get around that licensing issue, you can't talk about the mother. The mother cannot be included because that's Pamela Voorhees is no doubt a part of the first movie. And the boy who drowned cannot be talked about. Let me finish. Anyone who's doubting me, let me finish. At the end of this explanation, 70 to 80% of you guys are going to be like, yo, show is right. He knows what he's talking about. Let me finish. So that's what separates that licensing issue. Friday the 13th, the game, the reason why it's an issue is it covers both topics. It goes into all three topics, I should say. It has Jason from the various movies. It has stuff with the mother. It has her mask, where you put her sweater on. She has a shack. It has stuff with the mother. It discusses the boy who drowned. It has references to that. So that's what the issue is with the game. If you separate those, it's no longer an issue. That's why I'm sure a lot of you guys know there's a new board game coming out. The people who's making the board game just didn't include any of that stuff, and they made an agreement with the parties who's involved. So in a legal battle like this, where there's a property that money can be made off of, there's something called a receiver. The receiver is then put in charge of the res. The res is known as legal property that's in dispute. That way the property, can still make money for the party. So whoever wins at the end, they don't lose out on value, they get it. Okay. Now, here's what the biggest issue to getting Jason is. Now, a lot of you guys might not understand this. This is going to educate y'all or something. So it's interesting to listen to. It's a little legalese, but just follow me here. The biggest issue to getting Jason is the actual licensing agreement. This is where it gets good, guys. This is where it gets really good. The actual licensing agreement. So when you have licenses, you have two types of licenses. Non-exclusive and exclusive. Okay, let me explain to you how this works. Let's say I, myself, Showstopper, says, hey, I want to make a television series on Jason. Let me go get the property. I would go to the property holder, the license holder, and I would say, hey, I want to make a television series on Jason. They'll say, okay, well, we need X amount of money, and we do this negotiating. But one of the keys in that contract is going to be whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. If you're doing something, you want to have an exclusive license. What that means is, and it's exclusive for that medium. So if I sign an exclusive agreement with them and say, I want to make a television series on Jason, nobody else can make a television series about Jason for the duration of that agreement. Guys, stop arguing in chat and listen to the words I'm saying, because you got to follow me. This is where it gets important. This is where it gets really important. And this is where everyone's going to be like, oh shit, show's right. So you would negotiate for an exclusive agreement. Okay, so I'll say, hey, let me get an exclusive agreement for 5 years for a television series. Okay, for that 5 years, nobody can make a television series on Jason except me. I can do it. However, let's say Snoop Dogg says, yo, I want to make a rap song on Jason. I can't block that. Why? Because my agreement went only to the television series. Okay. Let's say Stephen King says, I want to make a Friday 13th movie. Let me get that license. I can't block that because my license only goes on video games. Let's say Activision says, hey, we want to make a walking simulator about Jason. I'd be like, whoa, wait. I got the rights to that. You cannot do a game. You can't do a game on it. So that's the domain for the exclusive license. When Friday the 13th, the game came out, they got an exclusive license on Jason. So even if Dead by Daylight wanted to put Jason in and could have, they couldn't, because Ilphonic's like, yo, we got an exclusive agreement on Jason. You can't have him. Okay. So when you negotiate an exclusive license, one of the key terms in it is how long is it going to be, okay? If you have Jason, a big franchise like Jason, you're not going to give them a 10-year exclusive agreement. That's too long. You're not going to give them a 5. You don't want to give them a 5-year. But if you're the company, hey, we're releasing this game. We're going to have DLC for him. We're going to put stuff behind him. We need an exclusive agreement. We're not going to go for 1 year. We need more than a year. Fuck, we need more than 2 years. So you got one company wants a long term. The other one wants it short term so they can license it out. So what did we do here with a big agreement like Jason? It's not going to be 10 years. It's not going to be 5 years. How about 3 years, guys? Let's give you a 3-year deal. How about that, right? They're not going to want a 2-year deal either. They need more than that. So let's say they agree on a 3-year deal. That seems fair. 3 years is short enough for the company. Hey, we get to keep our, we get our property back in 3 years to sell it off. And they're like, okay, 3 years, we can establish our player base, we can release DLC, and after 3 years, who's really going to be playing the game is probably going to be dead. So they probably entered a 3-year agreement. Guys, are y'all ready for this? What day did Friday the 13th the game come out on? What day did Friday the 13th the game come out on? Can anybody guess? May 26th, 3 years ago, 2017. May 26th, 2017. What day is the reveal? Think about that. What day? Big announcement for their 4th year anniversary? Google it. See what day it came out. Yo, mind blown. The biggest license, that's what they needed. It all makes sense. What I told y'all, yeah, if you just listen to me and let me explain it,